everyone, it's Kristyn Burtt for the Web.Files. Have we got a great show in store for you? Look at who we have. Yep, that's right. We've got Sandeep, Parikh, and of course, Tony Janning here to tell you all about The Legend of Neil. I know the show is a fan favorite, so enjoy, you guys. Good Tony Janning, Sandeep, Parikh, Legend of Neil. Welcome, you guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And I have to tell you, you have totally burned into my brain. The last thing that
Neil remembered he was drunk playing a game of Zelda. Then he asphyxiated himself with a Nintendo game controller and somehow transported him into the game. Oh, and in the last episode he got a crappy wooden sword from a crazy old man, and now he's lost in a lost world. Oh, in the last episode he fought his first creature, and then he found his sword could shoot laser swords when he's at full health, and then we left him surrounded, presumably about to get his ass kicked. Oh, in the last episode he got the bow and the boomerang, and then alright, just rewatch the episodes. It's just getting too long to recap these things.
Well, this is pretty interesting for us here at the Web.Files because, I mean, this is a higher profile show. What is it like sort of coming in and there's already expectations on your show because people know you from the Guild and everything else?
We shot the first episode before the Guild existed. I think most of the first season was shot around the same time as the first season of the Guild was shot. So I wasn't really worried about, you know, too high of expectations. Season 2, a little bit, you know, going into it, be like, all right, we got to make this better than the first season.
Right.
But I knew that, you know, I thought what we had written together was better. We had a better handle on the characters. We just had just a better grasp of everything that we wanted to accomplish. So I felt really confident going in just from the scripts.
In terms of starting out, now, who thought of it?
He had the idea first, which is...
You say that as if you're like, oh, then this guy.
Like, well...
I don't want to take...
No, I mean, you had the idea. I mean, you've got the night you and your roommate Lafitte were hanging out.
You can't see it on camera, but there's an old Nintendo
NES
right there.
system, yeah.
Yes, the original. And that was actually shipped over in a care package from my roommate's mother. She sent over the original Zelda. And my roommate was like, oh, I can beat this game in under an hour, which is, to me, impossible. It took, you know, years off my life playing this game as a child. And so as he was playing it, I was consuming alcoholic beverages. I started kind of making fun of the characters or sort of having fun with the game logic. Like, what must he be feeling if he's on the edge of a screen and being pushed over to the other side? Like, that's really...
What's it like inserting yourself into an actual video
If you were
game?
actually in the game. I started writing that script that night, and then in the morning when I was hungover, it was still funny. I sent it to Tony, and Tony thought it was funny, right?
Mm-hmm, I did. I did actually think it was funny. I wasn't just making that up so that I could be naked in the woods.
I'm just hungover, and I'm naked.
The pilot was supposed to be for channel101.com. It was supposed to be a pilot for that and Acceptable TV, which was a show that the Channel 101 guys, Dan Harmon and a few others, had on VH1. It was like a sketch show, and
you can like submit these like 5-minute web pilots.
Yeah,
to
or 2.5-minute
things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's what it was supposed to be for. I guess it was April of '07, and then we like missed the cutoff, but we got into Acceptable, but it didn't actually win. Yeah, it got canceled.
Throw that through a loop in the plan.
Yeah. So then we ended up winning their podcast award. So then we
just put it on YouTube.
Put it on YouTube, and then it got 500,000 hits.
You did a great blog about it, just sort of, you're like, I had 4 hits, and then I had like 35, and then I had 1,000.
That was crazy. I just remember my inbox just getting totally flooded with, you know, someone else has rated this, someone else has commented it. I was like, what is going on?
When it went viral, I mean, were you intentionally posting it in different places?
I sent it to a bunch of blogs like Joystick and Kotaku and Destructoid, and I think it wasn't until Destructoid picked it up, it went nuts, and then all these other little blogs picked it up. I did have to attack it at the beginning, you know, and I just went to every place that I thought it would be relevant to.
And then from there, that's when it got picked up by Adam.com.
Yeah, so then when I first came to LA, I shot my own sort of TV pilot, got an agent at William Morris, went around pitching it, and that was a great experience, but everybody was kind of like, oh, who are you? And, you know, this is funny, but what else have you done? What else are you going to, you know, like, oh, bring us your next thing. And then I was able to, the second time around, bring them my next thing and be like, hey, and it already has a fan base.
Now, in terms of creating the look for the show, because, I mean, it has to be pretty specific because you have to sort of cater to the fans of The Legend of Zelda, so you want to have certain things that they're going to, you know, remember or be able to relate to, but you also want to insert sort of your own ideas too. How did you sort of collaborate on that?
Our entire team is very passionate about the project because they're not doing it for the money.
Yeah.
So with that creativity, and a lot of it was, we can't afford to shoot in a cave, so let's make cave walls out of paper. We can't rent a puppeted dragon, so let's build one out of styrofoam. A lot of that was our production designer, Leah Mann. She kicked ass for us. She made this kind of stuff. This is like a spray foam glue. So she sprayed this on just like a pole, and then, you know, detailed it with black and blue paint, and made it look really creepy and cool.
And in terms of the costumes and the makeup, I mean, because that's really has to be a collaborative process.
Yeah, Jen Rose was our makeup person for the first 2 seasons, and she's amazing.
Especially like the Moblin mask, it was all the same mold of the mask for all 3 of them, or all 4 of them actually.
Right.
But luckily, all 4 of our Moblins all had 4 really different heads. So Jen just made each one of them kind of still have an individuality with the makeup as well.
I've got to imagine that in the post-production, it's a lot of work.
The post is nuts. Yeah, it's nuts. Savan is our FX wizard, Savan Nigerian, and he works on the Sarah Silverman program and is supremely talented. He's actually a really talented DP, but he sort of came on board with us as an effects guy, and he just kills it. I mean, what he's able to do with Felicia as her little miniature fairy, I didn't even know it was really possible. I was hoping it was possible, and then when he was able to pull it off for season 1, I was just like, wow.
It is incredible to watch. I mean, she's
Yeah.
like the dirty little Tinkerbell out there.
You don't like my twins?
I didn't even look at your twins.
Behold them! Behold them!
Yeah, they're great, actually.
Pig.
She really is.
She's fantastic
She's
at it.
a naughty, yes, fairy.
How many seasons have you scripted, at least in your head?
We have the 3rd one in our head.
We have the 3rd one in our head, and I think that's going to be our finale. So we want to do, because we sort of envisioned it after the first season as being a trilogy.
Is there anything new to say in the industry or where it's at or where it's going?
Somebody's going to find some loophole, I think, that's going to change
They'll find
the way it's done, and then I think everybody's just going to jump on it. I mean, that's what I think.
I think at some point my computer's just going to start spitting money at me.
Let us play money-making game.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys for joining us here at the Web.Files. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You got it. Okay, so I tried to get Tony to dress up like Link, but instead they made me dress up like Link. How do I look? Well, I know you're jealous because I have the hat at least. We had so much fun with the legend and Neil. This episode of the Web.Files is now closed. I'm Kristyn Burtt. We'll see you next time. That was good, you guys. Fantastic.